A bottleneck is basically an area where if somebody leaves on the team, whether it's for a day because they're sick, 2 weeks because they're on vacation, or because they get another job, the whole team feels it. You know what those are in your business. Everybody has them. No matter how small you are, you know those areas where, man, I really hope they don't leave, and I really hope they don't leave right now. Anything that you can answer like that, you know that's a bottleneck in your business, which means it's a risk area. And so that's, generally speaking, a great place to look for software opportunities. Examples of that is bookkeeping, in your sales pipeline, if you're doing any sort of client onboarding, scheduling, task management, time management, quality assurance. So what we felt with a lot of customers of ours do is look for those areas and then streamline them with software. And so we look at what they're already doing with administrative staff, or things that they're already concerned about, or that they're already, these are also things that cause undue stress, right? Because you end up being worried about, man, if I forget any of this, it's just going to fall apart. Or maybe you do forget about it and it falls apart and you get chewed out by the client, or you lose the client, or who knows. So we all have those areas when we're just heads down, we're so busy that we just can't even think about anything else. And what we try to do, if we could just get our clients, our prospective clients, to just zoom out for a second from where they're so busy and look at areas that could potentially be improved, and then just hand those things off to us so that we can build a software tool that addresses that, I think everybody would be happier. It solves everybody's issues. Looking for those areas where those bottlenecks, where they end up coming back up to us because they overflow what an individual employee can actually handle. We look for those bottlenecks, and they actually represent opportunities typically, because those are areas that we can automate, because there's typically enough work all going through the same place to warrant automation. And so then automation is actually the solution. And so those areas where we feel like they're a bottleneck and we're stressed out about them, those are the areas where we can actually hand those off to a software tool that can actually automate a lot of that for us. It is a huge management level activity, right? Every single manager has got to spend tons and tons of time figuring out where things are at so they know how to make good decisions after that. And so that's one of the number one things that we actually do for some of our clients, is look for those areas so that we can give them a pulse of how the company is going, how the project is going, how this team is operating, so that they know what strings to pull to get that team or that process more effective. I think we all know there's areas in our business where it's just, if we could just not have this issue, we'd be so much more successful. And so we look for the areas where if we could dump in a certain amount of money to solve this problem, would it pay itself off in less than a year? And generally, I think more times than not, the answer to that is yes. And so, as a manager, it's our job to zoom out, find those areas, and automate them so that our team can be more effective and our company can grow.